Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are reviewing a Platinum Anna. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that definitely helps me out. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord through the description below, and in there you'd see my rates, you can participate in the community, all sorts of cool stuff.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
I have your back.
Doing the bubble, that's not your fault though.
Get you.
I don't really love it. It's not terrible, but I don't love it. So if we look at this, I can live with this. You're keeping your team as effectively your barriers from damage. They're effectively your cover, and I can live with that. You're fine here. I don't like that you're crisscrossing. You can't decide where you're going to play from. If you want to play from the left, that's fine with me. Your Reinhardt still has about 40% health, and you decide you want to nade him. And I understand why you wanted to nade him, but you knew your Zarya was right here. In fact, you just yoinked a bubble from your Zarya, so there's no reason for that to have happened. Plus, you wanted to swing left anyways, so you could try to get a nade like right here. And you didn't want to do it this second because of the Genji, and you don't want to get it deflected. But like, this, if you absolutely had to nade him, you wanted your nade to, because deflect is going, go here. Usually you'd want your nade up here. I'm not really forgiving you nading your Zarya here though. Hey there, Ameni. Good to have you here. There was no reason you couldn't get this up here, and it was literally just a case of swing further left. Your Ryan is not immediately going to go down or anything. Well, someone shouldn't be in the way to. No one should be in the way to get hit by your nade. You should have a clear arc. Like, I wanted him to slide further over here so that when he's over here, like, good nades, good offensive nades, you get them by taking flanks and angles. You don't get them by getting closer. You go, oh, I'm going to hit my nade from here. Or in this case, your more conservative angle is I'm going to hit my nade from over here. And the nade that you try to hit, if Genji wasn't deflecting, would be right here, where it gets the Genji, maybe the Reinhardt, and your Reinhardt if it gets your Lucio bonus. Because the Genji's deflecting, I don't mind as much if you throw the nade here and just get your Lucio and your Reinhardt and let that pump heals into your Reinhardt while he continues to brawl, etc. with the heal amp from the nade. But usually what you do is you just slide a little more on the flank. You take a bit more of an angle. You're not firing these straight on lines. You're not counting on people being full, so your nade not hitting them. In fact, I don't even think that's how nades work. You're taking an angle so that you can get your nade through. You're taking an angle so that you can get your nade through, etc. Where are you going? You going right? Good.
And help with the limit.
Is that nade for Hanzo? I don't really like that either.
This will only hurt for a moment.
Could have been a quick nade through here, like you're healing, you're healing, you're healing. Here, have a little nade, Reinhardt, and then you go back, etc. That's more what we're looking for. Sleep dart's fine.
This is going to hurt.
Better. Now leave. Okay. Yeah. Nope. You just didn't leave in time. Like, that's a cheeky little nade, not a you hold the space thing. Unless your team aggressively takes that space, which would be great if they do. I don't really like that nade either. It's okay because you're literally right at your spawn and you're not going to get punished, but no one's going to take advantage of that nade unless you think someone is weak enough that you're going to get the elim with the nade. I don't like those retreating nades like that. It just tells them that now you are vulnerable if they push. Yuck! Yuck! Okay, so you're going to have a beautiful Nano on your Reinhardt when he's already swinging. Good. Nade, nade, nade. Where was our nade? Where was our nade? We went to set up the nade and everything. Okay. Could be a nade right here. It would be grand. It would be grand. The Genji could not get there in time, and if he did, he'd blow both cooldowns if he was trying to deflect it. And you know, if you're going, oh, but bubbles are still available, etc., that's okay. We'll use our nade to force a bubble. We'll live. It'll be fine. fine. Yeah, too slow. So if you want to do that, I like you taking that angle, that offensive angle. That's fine with me, but you do have to then tell your team to push. You take that offensive angle. You didn't expect your offensive angle to stay that steep. You tell your team to push so that it makes your angle less steep. And one of the things that will tell them to push is, oh, the enemy Reinhardt turns purple. Okay.
Rendezvous at my position.
I'm a little surprised we didn't get a reload on that one. That's a long enough rotate to justify it. Whereas now you just went back and reloaded when there wasn't a good justification, other than the fact that you hadn't reloaded earlier, but you did still have enough ammo to work with. Yeah, and people are just falling behind. Now they're purple and you can't heal them. No. Purely defensive nade. You're done. You have to leave. Your whole team does. Yeah, you're late getting out. Get your mega. Don't worry about denying Lucio. There you go.
Much better.
Team's not going to be able to follow up on that.
I will keep you here.
60 seconds.
I need
Now nade's fine, yep.
Get back.
You're still in this. Yeah. Why? What?
Get in
Okay.
there.
No, that was fine. I had my team slipped. That was fine.
Bad guys.
You have to keep him stable. You have to swing right and keep him stable.
30 seconds remaining.
I am taking the objective. Reinforce this position.
You're trying for the BAP? Okay.
Horse and Crusaders!
Fire at will.
You're covered.
I claim this objective.
Objective A captured.
Okay.
Escort the payload.
So slow start, but we got it.
Thank you kindly.
Securing the payload.
Yeah, you can cart. I don't want to know why you're playing behind the cart. Like, you had a window to heal Lucio there that he tried to give you that you didn't take advantage of, and that's because you're behind the cart. It's unfortunate. Okay. I mean, you did have to do that. You were too far behind.
I will keep you here.
You didn't have to be too far behind. There's a little more you can do. Like, this second person on the cart isn't actually very valuable. So if McCree is going to go, I'm going to sit on the cart, it's okay for you to peek ahead of the cart, go do some heals, come back if you want, etc. You didn't have to be as far behind as you were here.
Hold up. Step right up.
Heal him, heal him. Yeah.
Lock the door. Get back in the fight. Get here. You're powered up. Get in there.
What? Why? But why? Your Genji's only at 40.
You're powered up. Get in there.
I mean, your run's close enough to swing, which is nice, but it's okay. I'd have preferred it once your team was a little more lined up in this direction that they can follow. Because right now, what's going to happen is your Ryan is going to push forward with this Nano, and your team isn't really going to be backing him up yet. If you follow what I'm saying, like they're close to being able to back him up, but this Zarya is going to have to, push a little bit further. This McCree is going to have to push a little bit further. It's an okay Nano. Like I give it a 6 out of 10. It's not a fail. Why Naden still asleep? I mean, your sleep probably wouldn't have gone off in time. You probably weren't even nading for that. You were probably nading for... Okay, fine. Free first. Are we going to try to sleep the Nano Genji, or are we just going to let him walk around? No, we're not even... I mean, I'm glad you got him, but you had no business getting him at that point. I know you were trying to wait until he really came after you, etc., but you needed to go for that Nano earlier. Like, if we seriously look at disengage here... Okay, he's there. You and McCree want to protect each other a little bit here. Your McCree gets that and is separating a little so that he can't get both of you with one slash. He's right there. You know he's right there. You know he's right there. You know he's right there. You've lost track of him and decided to go do something else. Why are you nading your team that has a sound barrier? Why are you nading your team who has a sound barrier rather than trying to either sleep or shoot the Genji?
Go. I'll keep you healed.
I'm okay sort of trying to wait for a slightly better sleep because you guys have the sound barrier, which now is gone. But you don't need to protect your team. The Nanoblade and Genji isn't on your team. Your team is fine. They have a sound barrier for the Nanoblade. I'm glad you hit it, but you should have been on that Genji the whole time. Push ahead. Yep. That's fine. You were reaching for it. I don't have an issue. Again, this second person on the cart does not help you as much as you think it does, and even if it did, stand a little in front of the cart so you're pulling it forward. Don't be lazy and make the cart push you forward. That's on you.
It's just a scratch. You'll be fine.
That nade had no business going out.
The payload is secure.
And now your team has to back. You saw that coming a million miles away. Come on. Okay. It's a little scary. There's a window, but you're gonna try. Fine. You throw that. There's a dragon coming through. You rotate out of the dragon. They're purple, so please don't shoot at them. You're shooting at the Rhine. Good. You try to heal the Reinhardt first, which is correct, and then you go to the Genji, who's still purple, not sure why, and then you're back on the Reinhardt. Yeah, just one bad heal there.
My ultimate is ready.
Okay. And you're still off cycle with your Genji, no Nanoblade. Okay, are we gonna sleep the Rhine this time?
You're powered up. Get in
Please
there.
sleep the Rhine. Second time. Why are we not sleeping Rhine scoring on long charges? Okay. We got the finish. That's good. I would like to see the sleeps on some of the Rhines there. We saw the reload that I didn't like. We saw you not quite understanding what to do with some of your more aggressive angles or when to go for them. We'll get there.
Ready for battle.
Hello.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
You're going to be okay. I'll be watching your back.
It's the stupid slow-mo. Go away. Sorry, guys. I haven't had time to figure that out since yesterday. Busy morning. Let's rewatch.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
You're going to be okay. I'll be watching your back. But be careful out there.
You reached. You hoped. You did shoot at the thing to help contribute, but your team didn't. Okay.
This is going to hurt.
You did get the big nade through there? Okay, that's pretty good. Or it was a Genji deflect. Do you have a Genji? Yeah, you do. But they didn't have any, so that was your nade. Good. Good idea. That was always going to happen. You're done. Leave. Leave. All the way out. You're not going to recontest with this. I promise you're not going to recontest meaningfully with this. It's fine. You're going to make a good hold here.
Stop the payload.
It's fine. You can outswing it. You're gonna... Okay. You're gonna turn and sleep him, right? Good!
It's just a scratch. You'll be fine.
The soldier didn't need heals. I know you think he did. He didn't. Okay.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Now, I know you feel like you're just constantly getting run over and you have to do something, but this Nano is not going to do it. Like, I know it feels like, hey, we're just losing fight after fight, etc., but the right answer is not to throw resources, expensive resources like an ult, into a losing fight like this.
Get back in the fight.
Like, honestly, you should just have abandoned your Reinhardt, gone back and tried to push back up as 6 again. Let him slow down the cart. You can't slow down the cart meaningfully, and get out. Okay, now you have 5 again. You can try to take a fight.
You're going to be okay.
The Mei is going to wall you off again.
My ultimate is ready.
That's exactly what we expected to happen. I hope you've communicated to your team that you should all be punching that middle pillar. The middle pillar. So you should all be going, hey, in this case it's tough because it's like, hey, which is the middle pillar? But you should all be shooting at one of these 2 pillars. My default is to... I probably shouldn't say my default. This pillar. Break this pillar. Break the middlemost pillar when you don't have something available like that. Break the one slightly left of middle because, you know, this is an even 4 like this. If everyone is shooting at this, you can break it meaningfully faster than the wall goes down. Walls last for 5 seconds. You can easily have this broken in 2 seconds. But yes, it is going to require you to put 1 or 2 darts into it, and your Lucio to shoot it, and your Genji to shoot it as he gets to climbing up over it, etc. Okay, what are you guys saying? So, it's average aim for Plat. Yeah, you guys are having your Plat versus Bronze discussion for aim there. Yes, if you can hold the archway, it is devastating, but the archway was always going to be a little rough with the Mei. But yes, if they could have held their side, it would have been fantastic. And now you guys are talking about aim falling off as age happens. Sort of. Aim falls off a little bit. It's really reaction speed, but even that, you can cover for a lot of it. It's true. It does decrease, but you can cover for a lot of it, at least in a game like this that can be so predictive. Anyway. No, the one to your right. Whatever. So just to, again, highlight that, because maybe I had the wrong angle. Maybe there were 5 pillars. And if I did, yeah. So we break this pillar right here. Okay, I'm drawing with blue and blue. We break this pillar right here. You shoot it, Lucio shoots at it, Genji shoots at it. It breaks in about 2 seconds. You get to heal Ryan. It's wonderful. Yeah, you shot at that one because that's where your Ryan is, which I don't like, but hey. And you were the only one shooting at it. That's fine. You tried. They're done. Leave. Okay.
I wasn't cut out for retirement anyways.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Going with the Bastion. I don't think that's going to work that great when they have the May going on, but we'll see.
Come here, get stabilized. Oh, this is my jam.
Can live with that. Heal him.
Heal up.
He doesn't need the nade. He just needs you to heal him. No, why? I'm worried about your Ryan. That's a long time you didn't check on him. Still didn't need that. You have 9 shots at the time. Now 8 shots left. He was fine. Heal him. Just heal him through it. He was pre-naded. You could heal him through that, no problem.
Fire at will.
You're powered up. Get in there.
In a normal situation, if the opponents didn't move, it would take at least 2 seconds for your Ryan to get close enough to swing at someone. Now that he's nanoed, they're going to try to kite him, and 2 seconds of distance becomes like 3.5 seconds of distance. You're giving away 3.5 seconds worth of your nano. You are. You didn't need this nano. I'm totally fine with this nano happening in a similar situation, in a situation where the fight is roughly like this, but you did not need to hit this nano yet. You can wait until your Ryan gets here, where they're like a second apart, or half a second apart. And if they're half a second apart, that they're going to try to kite it. It won't matter. Then they'll get 3/4 of a second of nano wasted instead of 2.5, 3.5. Probably 3.5 seconds of nano is going to be wasted here. Like, this is way too early. You have to let your Ryan already be close enough that the team is committed and it cost them something serious to get out. So let's look at this. Hasn't hit anyone yet. Excuse me. Did he get the Moira swing there? He did hit the Moira swing. So that was his first swing. So let's rewind. There's our nano. We applied it at 12:16. Let's slow this down just to make it obnoxious. 2, 3. Oh, and here the Moira just isn't paying attention in time. Okay, so you do get your first value at 12:18. So it only takes about 2.5 seconds. It should have taken 3.5 seconds, but it only takes about 2.5 seconds, which, that's kind of cool. Against a better player, you wouldn't have got to her there. She'd have got out, etc. But this is kind of not great. Like, there's no reason your nano couldn't have just come a second later, a second and a half later, etc. It's not like you saved your Reinhardt with that nano or anything. Unfortunate.
Go. I'll keep you here. You're going to be okay.
She seems to panic nanoing and panic nading a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of panic nading. I don't know if that was a panic nano. There, it's certainly possible. BAP BAP would for sure work here, but a Bastion should be able to destroy Mei walls easily as well, so there should be no need to switch. Yeah, the Bastion should be able to block destroy Mei walls. I'm worried because they get to use it as an additional piece of cover, and they've been doing pretty good splits with the Mei walls. But for now, it does seem to be working. I don't like the Nano requires confirmation. I don't recommend people using it. But hey, if it helps people, go for it. Yeah, but you don't want the hay get in their nanos. You really don't want to do those. Like you end up wasting more than half the ult. You end up spending an ult for space, spending an ult for a rotation, etc. You don't want to do that.
冻住，不许走！
You have 12 shots in your clip. 11. 10. Still 9.
冻住，不许！
That blizzard's annoying. There's a tracer. You can shoot at the tracer. Yeah, shooting at the tracer would be fine. You can, as you continue to open, and now you have your bastion that you're worried about, that you think they're going to go after. Why is there a nade here? Is this nade going to hit the bastion and the tracer? Is that what you're thinking? That the tracer's going to blink in? Is that what you're predicting? It doesn't. It just hits the bastion. Doesn't help him very much. Like, you don't need this. And if you're playing this thinking, hey, I'm going to nade him because I'm going to keep tunnel healing him through this dive that is going to come during the blizzard, I can sort of live with that, though I'd have preferred the nade still come out later so it got on some of the divers. And you needed to not flip out here. You needed to be continuing to angle in if that was the plan. If you were angling in to hit the nade, you then needed to take advantage of the nade's amp heal property to tunnel heals into the bastion, not immediately close the angle like you do. There's no value to this nade. Like, you're just getting the, 75 heal that the nade does? That's worthless. That's less than a heal dart.
I have your back.
One person.
You're covered. This is going to hurt.
It's fine. I'm surprised that we didn't get a little... Well, I mean, Tracer might come punish you, but I'm surprised you didn't try to bail out of that with a sleep dart. Keep closing the angle. Keep closing the angle. Right idea. Not sure why you're going the long way here.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Yeah, there's no reason you can't check behind you, but hey. Gonna get better Nano this time.
Fine.
We're gonna send a nade right through here, right? If it hits a wall, I can live with it, but we're gonna send a nade right through here.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Zarya can't get charged for her ult back while you're grabbing. Reinhardt has a bubble and can get charge and is about half a second away because these guys can't move. I would much prefer this Nano go onto your Reinhardt than onto your Zarya. My next preference would be that your Nano go onto your McCree, who can again get some ult charge out of it, can fan into the Rein shield to break it very quickly when he's nanoed, etc., etc. Like, Zarya can be a valid target. If you need Zarya to clean up her own grav, yes. Sometimes you're going to have to do that. I can live with it, etc. But you have other better options right here, so I'd have preferred that you take them. You got to think a little more about what you're doing with your nanos. No! No! I don't care. Fine, I'll live. I'll freaking live. Ugh. Hey, Semitic. Paranoia and PTSD, a real anime, checking behind her like a crazy person. Exactly.
Go. I'll keep you healed. I'm half of them now.
Okay, now you need to go back to healing. That was actually a long time to pay attention to the Tracer. You had to do it. It's just it took you a little too long to hit a shot there. So now please pivot back for the heals. Yep. You have to move closer to your team. She just saw that you spent nade and you already spent sleep darts. You have to move closer to your team. Did you spam X to get your Lucio's help? Did you tell your Lucio you need help? Your Lucio is not on this Tracer, and that concerns me. And you can say that's your Lucio's fault, and sure, in some ways it is, but I didn't hear an X that communicated from you that you needed help. I don't know if you said on comms that you needed help. I sure would have liked your Lucio to be checking that Tracer, especially after you spent the nade on your team there.
You're not getting rid of me that easily.
The payload is
No, they're out there.
approaching
You
its
can re-peek and take a
destination.
shot at that Moira. That matters. Good. It's fine. Okay. He's fine. You needed to find an offensive shot. I know you sort of looked, but you needed to find an offensive shot already in this engagement. Especially because you guys used the... what do you call it there? Words are hard. The beat. Right idea. Good.
Walk it off.
Double, triple kill.
I'm on fire.
I can reload that.
Team kill.
Alpha and Tracers as Lucio is, like, amazing. And if you do it once or twice, their team will tilt on them.
It's just a scratch. You'll be fine.
Fire at will.
Little higher with that, Ned. Little higher.
Go. I'll keep you healed.
60 seconds remaining.
Okay, you get one more Nano. It's going to be amazing. It's going to win you. It's going to break their second to last push. It's going to be great. Next best thing you can do. Excuse me? He's sleeping, but bubbled. You take your shot, and you should immediately pivot to look at your Reinhardt. And there's a bubble in the way, so you have to make your decision. Are you cutting bait and running, or are you swinging left to get the nade past this barrier? You tell me. What are you doing? You're cutting bait and running. Fine. No! If you were cutting bait and running, why are you now coming back left? It was one or the other. It was one or the other, and it was a decisive decision. Not the, oh, let me start to go right. No, now I'm going to come back left, etc. No, you just lost your Reinhardt. You lost your Reinhardt. You can't now use your nade ineffectively to heal your team. Your nade has to be a difference maker. You have to get better value out of your nade than I'm just going to heal someone. Like, you know you're behind in this fight.
Watching your back. You're powered up. Get in there.
30 seconds.
They're almost out of power. This will only hurt.
Огонь по готовности.
Initiating match.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3,
Okay, so we're late.
1. Attackers incoming.
Very winnable, though. They have a shorter attack time. Okay, you shot the heal into your McCree. You can see your team is fine. You can take another shot at the Tracer. You didn't, but they got the Tracer. That's fine. Why are we backing out? Okay.
You're going to be okay.
Reload? Yeah, little slow on that, but that's fine. Mm-hmm. No, 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 no. We knew they were coming this way. Why did we push up? We don't get closer to people that nades. We take different angles. This is not right. And now you're going to have a tough time closing this angle. Like, you needed to predict that this was happening based on how your team... Even if you can't see them, you could tell based on how your team was rotating and how your McCree was checking them, and your McCree did have a slight window through here to see them that you didn't. That, like, this was 100% predictable. 100%. And now you were in a place where you are so boned. Where are you going to go? Who's going to help you? You have to protect the rotation.
I need healing.
30 seconds remaining.
Much better.
You were A, lucky your team carried that back, and B, lucky that Lucio is not better.
Seconds remaining.
Patched up.
Okay, this is fine. You're going to hit a fat nade. Just don't early peek. Okay, good, good. Right idea. Didn't get value, but right idea. Your team is priority. Your team is priority, but do take the shots when you see them. Okay, so now... Okay, you're reloading. This is fine. You can hit a nade. It can be an offensive nade even with your team this critical, I promise. Oh well. Yeah, but now you should be healing. No. Good. Yeah, just drop on point. But no! What? What? Excuse me?
Get into position.
You think you're winning this? Why did you swap to Moira?
Stop the payload.
You need a much better understanding of when a fight is lost and when to cut bait. Like a much better understanding. Yeah, that wasn't an accidental boostio. That one was a full-on intentional boostio. Like, Lucio is going to make the difference. We are going to 2v4 them when we're much closer to their spawn than ours, and my positioning is terrible because I'm on point as Anna while they're in the cleanup phase. Like, Ugh. And we were going to stay in it long enough to come back on Moira making sense. No. No.
My will made real.
Isn't quite ready yet.
They're fine. Don't overheal here. Don't overheal here.
Power of destruction.
You're overhealing. You're not wildly overhealing, but you are overhealing. Fine, you can heal that. Yep. You stay on your heal while you're turned and looking at Tracer. That's twice now that you've given away like almost half a second of healing while like you're just slow on your transition to right clicks. Good. Ease up, ease up, ease up. Once you got her over half, it was fine to ease up. You don't need to like hard hold this. You can find her again, let that take a bit, reacquire her, etc.
This will restore.
You're just gonna get staggered. You should get staggered. You didn't deny Tracer the health pack. She wins. Why is this Tracer not? Okay. She didn't have the blinks. Please tell me that you're not. Ugh.
touch from afar.
Whatever. I'll live.
Touch from
I don't
afar.
like that you peeked there. Congratulations. You got off an orb. You took 100 damage in exchange. Yes, the orb will do more than 100 damage, but you risked getting picked to throw off an orb that is definitely not going to get any eliminations.
I require healing.
Mm-hmm.
That's much better.
That's so much yellow wasted into the blue wall.
Get into position. This will improve your condition.
Okay.
I will unmake this will heal. This will restore.
Go to cart. Go to cart. Go to cart. Go to cart. Go to friggin'. Go to the cart.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
This is my
Fine.
will.
You'll get out. That team has a Tracer and a Lucio. You should not expect to be getting out like... Excuse me. That team has a Lucio... Yeah, Lucio and a Tracer. You should not expect to be getting out like this.
Surrender to my will.
Okay, who's your target for this? Reinhardt? Reinhardt's your target? Reinhardt is not a valid target for this. You can be enabling your Reinhardt, but your Reinhardt is too far away for enabling Reinhardt to be the point of this coalescence. So again, what's the point of this coalescence? You can't drill through an opposing Reinhardt with your coalescence. You can enable your Reinhardt to drill through an opposing Reinhardt with coalescence, but he has to be close enough to be swinging during it, get value. You can be part of the damage that contributes to taking that Reinhardt down, but you're primarily interested in enabling your Reinhardt during it. If you want to take someone out with coalescence, you pick a target. You pick a target going into the coalescence that is a little bit away from cover, and you drill a Lucio, a Moira, couldn't do the Moira right now, a Mei, etc. You don't pick a Reinhardt. Just because the other one is coalescing doesn't mean you have to. If you look at your team is fine. Your team has plenty of walls to break this coalescence. This coalescence is not dangerous to them. Let your Reinhardt get closer to their Reinhardt, and then pop the coalescence and use it to enable your Reinhardt. Or if you see the Mei go way out of position, punish the Mei. Force the ice block, etc. Do you see the Lucio go riding up over here? Go, okay, I'm going to take down Lucio with coalescence. But honestly, with these two comps, I would recommend you just enable your Reinhardt with coalescence once they're closer. As in, not this second. Did you even use your orb before coalescing? Yeah, you did.
I will draw.
Yes? Yes?
Surrender
Sort
to
of,
my
okay.
will.
That ult got almost no value. I'm glad your Ashe pretended your ult got value and finished off the Tracer that you softened up with it. You need better ults. You desperately need better ults. So on Ana, better ults are applied to your Reinhardt when he is in or just about to be in swinging range. You can also use Coalescence the same way, and that is totally fine as a way to use Coalescence. You can also try to get a little more in sync with your Nano on Genji and use that as he's going in for the blade at a time when your team can follow up, etc. And that is better than nanoing your Reinhardt. Again, you have to nano your Reinhardt when he's in a place that he can swing, etc. You can nano your Reinhardt to save him too, but that should be in a case when he's going to be close enough to swing, etc. You can nano the McCree like we talked about in that grab situation, etc. There's good stuff you can do with nano, but the easiest, most basic, simple thing for you to understand with your nano is going to be, I want to nano my Rein when he's swinging into another Rein, when he's already swinging or literally about to be swinging. I don't care if you don't get the 300 heal value out of nano. It's great if you do. I don't care. I want you doing it when your Rein is swinging, even if your Rein is at 500 health, swinging and hitting the other Rein or other targets, etc. For Coalescence, it's okay to use it the same way. It's also okay to go, hey, I see someone who's a second from cover, a second and a half from cover, and they're a squishy, so I'm going to pop my coalescence, and I'm going to tunnel them the whole time until they go down, and I will swing wide with my fast speed to keep this angle open longer and then turn them down. And then if I have coalescence left over because I got them or because I was wrong and they managed to get away, sure, then I can use it to generically heal people up like my Reinhardt, hurt other people, etc. But it is not a generic damage, generic heal ult. It is an ult for a specific purpose. I'm specifically using this to enable my Rein that's close enough to swing. I'm specifically using this to let my Zarya hard farm the rest of her grab when she's at 80. I'm specifically using this to tunnel out their Genji, to tunnel out their Moira, to take down their Ashe, etc. Those are how you use those ults. Semitic. Okay. Semitic wants to comment on nano uses, 3 uses, 1 combo generally enabling, 2 life saving, 3, 1 probably not good for this player to think much about yet, helping someone get their ult faster. Yes, if you want it to use it to like enable Zarya to get their grab faster or something along those lines, you can do it, assuming your Zarya is already high energy. But again, it should be in a situation where you're already engaging, they can get value. It shouldn't be on someone that's backing away. It shouldn't be, generally to heal someone that's backing away, etc. Like all of these uses get pretty close to each other in terms of what their timing should look like in terms of nanoing something that is going in, can go in, really someone that is going in and is about to do work, etc. Like if you're nanoing for a combo, well, you're nanoing a Genji that's going in when your team is also going in because he had good blade timing. Or you're nanoing a soldier who used visor at a good time from a good spot, etc. Like you're doing this when they're actually ready to follow up and do stuff, not when they're 2.5 seconds away from the target. Okay. No, you're not going to necessarily coalescence because they're all in a row, unless they're all in a row and there's a squishy that you want in there that is a second and a half or more from cover. To be perfectly honest, like just generic damage isn't good enough out of your coalescence. If they're all in a row and your Reinhardt is on top of their Reinhardt, by all means, lovely, it's bonus points, etc. But you're not trying to maximize your damage on the 6 of them, you're trying to maximize enabling your Reinhardt. You're not trying to maximize the damage on the 6 of them, because if they start to scatter, you have to know which one you're sticking to. Be it the Lucio, be it the McCree, be it the Ashe, be it, take your pick there. And it shouldn't be Reinhardt.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Enemy contact.
Swing. Yep. I'm okay if you go here. Now double back, double back. The reason I wanted you to double back is I wanted you to have a different angle so that you could actually get the sleep on this Bastion. You didn't get the sleep on the Bastion, but they weren't in time either, so we'll just call that a wash.
لسه في ناس لازم يحميهم.
Sigma present.
أنا هاخد بالي.
Your Zarya was walking into danger herself. If she goes down, that's on her. You could have just healed her. I don't mind if people that you're trying to heal walk into danger and go down when they didn't have to. That is not a good enough reason to use your nade. That was a good enough reason to use your nade, but the nade onto your Zarya was not. I don't care that your Zarya was trying to get herself eliminated. She had cover available. She just didn't want to use it.
60 seconds.
Everyone is swapping to anti-Bastion heroes, and by everyone swapping to anti-Bastion heroes, you don't actually have enough of a reasonable comp to get in at all. You could go take high ground. You could go through hotel. Good, good. Can we not get hit by fire strikes? Better nade. But can we not get hit by fire strikes that are super obviously incoming?
You're powered up. Get in there. 30 seconds.
There's our fire strike. There's our fine nade. Offensive shot. Shot into our Sigma. Unfortunate that we have to reload here, but that's fine.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Now I get it. You hit the Nano when he was about half a step more over here. But even so, you wanted him to just walk at the full barrier Reinhardt, no crack showing up at that, and keep shooting him? Like, he's not at his optimal range to tear apart that Reinhardt. You have a Lucio all the way back here. You have someone else in spawn. What is he supposed to do with this? Poor Hog. You're giving him like a, I gotta get it done, I gotta get it done. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Like, does he go, hey, I'm gonna go break this barrier? Does he go, oh, I guess I'll waste time flanking to go try to hit the hook on this bastion, but the Reinhardt will probably beat me to the flank and block it? Like, what do you want him to do? You're throwing away ults.
I have your back.
Please go take high ground. Please go take high ground so you can get the nade over onto the bastion. Too late. You needed to do it during the rotation. Sleep, sleep. Yes, yes. No. I think that's about right, Congex. I think that's probably about right. I think he did play better and he started getting panicky.
Oh, you look tired.
Okay, so there's lots of places we could go. There's 2 places we're going to go. The first place we're going to go is we have to improve your ult usage. We absolutely have to. And I've gone over a couple times already how to get better better Ana ults. But again, you're looking to use Nano to enable someone who is already in, who is already going in, not to use it on someone who's retreating to heal them, not to use it when, oh, I would like to use this because I would like to will my teammate to go in. No, you're using it on someone who's already going in, who's already in, who it's going to be hard for the opponents to disengage from. That's when you're looking to Nano. We've covered that ad nauseum. I want you to work on that. I want you to really be harsh about your own Nano usage. You're not using Nano to heal someone that's leaving. You're not using Nano when someone's still 2.5, 3 seconds away from the fight. You're not using Nano when someone's starting to back out, but they were close, because very likely they'll continue to back out for a moment before they realize what was going on. I want you, and you're not using Nano in situations where it's 2v4s. You're holding Nano, you're cutting bait and running. You have a bit of a cut bait and run issue in general, in fact, where like you go, oh no, I can totally stay in this fight. No, please cut bait and run or go die on cart faster than you are. Like, you are making weird decisions. You're not getting punished, but you should be. So please make your decisions of, okay, this fight is over a little faster than you are in general. Okay, the other thing I'm going to say is I agree with chat here that you did play better in the beginning than at the end. Some of that will just go, hey, we'll make your baseline better. We'll bring your baseline nanos up, for example. So even when you're playing worse, even when you get a little tilted, it's at a higher level. But the other thing is going to be when you get stressed, when you realize things start to go the same way I tell people when their aim starts getting shaky, when their aim was fine before that, just kind of breathe, settle back into it. Doesn't matter if you lose another team fight. Doesn't matter if you lose another two team fights. Just settle your way back into it. Detach yourself, breathe a little, and then, hey, you're back in it, etc. Because you did play better in the beginning portion of this game. You did have better judgment in the beginning of the portion of this game than you did in the later. I think some of those, hey, I'm going to nano and do a 2v4 type situations were because your team, you felt, wasn't doing enough. You felt we're losing too much. No, it's fine. You're just going to lose one more team fight. You're just going to lose 2 more team fights. Not a big deal. Work your way back into it. It's fine. Breathe. You're not here on ladder to win every single team fight, to win every single match. You're here on ladder to pick something, improve on it one at a time, get better. Then once you've played 10, 15 games, a week worth of games, 3 days worth of games, 30 games, whatever it is that it takes for that thing to improve a little bit, you've improved a little, and now you're better. The ladder points will come back. Doesn't matter if you improve faster than the rest of the population without even realizing it, you're going to go up the ladder. So that's what you're doing. The individual games don't matter. And anyone who's done any level of organized play, who's done any professional play, is going to tell you that. Ladder is where you go to practice stuff. You go to ladder to get better at stuff, to work on stuff, and then the rating just follows. The actual stuff that matters is whatever tournament you signed up for. Or if you don't sign up for tournaments, whoever you scrim with, etc. Or if you go, no, it's my ladder, it matters, etc., then think of your last 3 seasons, season high as the thing that matters, not each individual game. Because again, you can't be going, hey, I have to win every single game. Oh, this team fight really matters. No, it doesn't. We're going to work on improving things, and once we stack enough improvements on each other, that's how we get better. That's how we go to the top. Okay, do I have any more questions in chat? We saw the Nano thing. We see GameBuster calling me out on being much nicer in bronze. That's true. I get stricter on people as things go up. Coalescence doesn't have a V in it. That's true, but I stick that in there all the time. Sorry, I'll try to fix it. We'll see if it happens. Could have been a nasty nade sleep if they were faster on the draw. I don't remember where, but probably true. We talked about the focus autopilot issue. Really bad with Nano trying to save fights rather than be proactive. Yes, be proactive with your Nano. It is not as much of a recovery tool. The 300 health heal is a lie. It's not really a lie. It does happen, but that shouldn't lead you to use it differently than you were using it before that 300 health heal existed. Okay. Cool. I don't see any more questions. I am going to do another one after this. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that definitely helps me out. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below. And through there, you can see my rates. You can become part of this awesome community that we've got here. You can help steer directionally where we go with future videos, some other cool stuff like that. Thanks, guys. Temporal out.